There are many issues in India that need to be resolved, one of which is child labor. When talking about child labor, most of us think of kids being enslaved in a factory or locked in a room sewing carpets. Both of these are examples of child labor, but they are very exaggerated. Child labor is what a child or teen takes act on a job. But why would kids choose to work? There are several reasons. One of them is that often kids are forced to work by either being kidnapped or having their parents being bribed into sending them away. This causes children to miss out on their education, and many grow up to have bad jobs, if any at all. Another reason is the lack of education, and because parents need their kids home to earn money, they can't get an education that would have taught them how to earn more money and keep their kids out of child labor.
Another big problem in India is the gender inequality. It is very difficult to put an end to gender inequality in India due to the fact that it is often caused by stereotypes and a lack of education. Most parents in India see boys as more fit for work, and therefore they send the boys to school, while the girls stay at home and cook, because that is what they think women are for. They see boys as being able to earn money for the family, while seeing girls as weaker and less of a power. They think that women are weaker due to many stereotypes, and because of these, women don't get an education. They don't get a chance to prove them wrong.
But what did both of these problems have in common? Well, there are two main things. The first is that poverty is a major cause. Because of poverty, kids are working in order to help their families earn a living. This robs them from the chance of an education. It could also mean that the parents can't afford sending their kids to school, so they send them to work instead. Gender inequality faces a different aspect of poverty. Often, girls are worth less than boys in India, and if the families have little money, they would send their boys to school instead of their girls. The second common factor of these problems is the fact that the Indian government is doing very little to help. In both cases, there are non-government organizations, NGOs, who are doing more work than the government, even though they have limited funding when the Indian government has significantly more money but doesn't want to waste their time doing it.
So what is being done? Well, as I mentioned before, there are several NGOs who are working for a better future. Bachpan Bacho Andolan is an organization which helps raid factories and save kids. Then they help the kids by setting up rehabilitation centers that provide food and education for these kids. Another organization is the gender inequality organization, ASHA. They go door to door to help change the mindset of parents and send girls to school. They also set up schools that accept only girls and help fund their education and try to send them to college. Both of these organizations are doing way more than the government is even trying to do.
Finally, what can you do? The best thing that anyone can do is to raise awareness. If you simply post something on Facebook or Twitter about these organizations and what they are doing, it could ignite a spark and soon millions of people will know. Then you could take it a step further and donate to these organizations. Because they are non-government, they rely on their own pockets and donations for funding. And if you do donate, it could save dozens of children from a mine and put them in school, or send a girl to college so that she can graduate. These are just some things you can do to give these kids a chance in life, and it all starts with their education.